Who would win in a fight, this bird or the state of California? Well, the answer is that this bird won the so-called Battle of the Bulbul. This is a red whiskered bulbul. These birds are native to Southeast Asia, but they're now found in California, Hawaii, and Florida in the United States. They came to the United States as part of the pet trade, and the modern populations are the descendants of escaped birds. In California, these birds were first seen at the Huntington Library and Botanical Gardens in the late 1960s. They were considered an invasive species, and they were placed on California's A pest list. This meant that there were orders from the government to shoot to kill these birds on site. 5 red whiskered bulbuls were seen at the Huntington Gardens in 1968, and all 5 were shot. This marked the start of the so-called Battle of the Bulbul. This pattern continued for the next 20 years, with the birds being shot on site. However, birders and residents advocated for this bird to live, and the species ultimately won its right to exist in California. Local residents argued that these birds had lived for decades in the United States by the 1980s, and there was no evidence that they harmed local species or crops, given that their diet mainly consisted of exotic fruits that only grew in a few locations, like the Huntington Botanical Gardens. During the days of the Battle of the Bulbul, the highest reported number of these birds was just 22. Now, 40 years later, eBird records more than 34,000 observations in California alone.